Hey guys, welcome back. We are continuing on with deep cleaning motivation. I'm slowly working my way through each part of my house and continuing on with cleaning the wood in my house, as long as the baseboards around the sides of every room, and just trying to make sure that the house gets a really good once over and all of the areas of the house are getting decluttered as I go. So we are gonna dive in and get back to it.
You don't have to wake up yet. We can spend all day in bed. I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon, Kenny G saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on all the way. Shut the lights, go infrared.
What is that, Fiona? What is it, kitty kitty? Good morning, guys. It is a beautiful snowy morning. We don't get a lot of snow here in Oklahoma, so I'm so super excited. And I am enjoying the morning, enjoying my coffee, and it tastes 10 times better because there's snow outside. So anyway, we are going to be doing a little relaxing this morning before we start in on our day, because as cozy as this is, and I would love to sit here and snuggle up on the couch and not do anything, because it's the perfect day for that, I do have a lot to do. So, and I have a feeling that my son will be out of school tomorrow. So that means if I want to get anything done today, I'm probably going to need to do it now. So we just did our weekly food run, and I'm just decanting all of the snacks, getting things stocked back up for the week. We have had continued on with having sickness in the house, this time me once more, along with my son and my stepdaughter. So it has been just one thing after another around here. So we're trying to get back on track. As you we'll see, I go through the house and clean, but I have gone through the house and cleaned multiple times, disinfecting, and I swear I feel like I'm just doing the same thing on repeat every day. But I guess that's the life of a mom, huh?
I put my feet up and we just sing along, and I can't help but feeling, just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever. 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 I watch you as you sleep. You don't know I'm looking. With you everything's complete. Do you know how much I love you? I put your favorite song on just to wake you up. When I dance around, I can't help but feeling, I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause
this container right here actually isn't an egg container, but it actually does work out nice. I can fit almost 4 dozen, I think actually just over 4 dozen eggs in that container, which is so nice because it keeps me from taking up massive amounts of space. And we go through eggs like crazy, and of course the price of eggs is insane right now, so doing cakes and cookies has gotten quite costly lately.
Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever. 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 I watch you as you drive. Do you know I'm looking? Come a little closer. I wanna dance with you. Everything's moving slower. I don't know what it is you do. I've been looking at you all night, trying to figure you out. I just wanna make you smile. Hold your hand in my hand, looking at the sunset. Man, you're looking good tonight. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel.
I think my husband thinks I'm a little silly for wanting to put everything in clear containers, but I will say I did this to the fridge at the same time I did my pantry, and my pantry has stayed organized, and it has been months. I mean, I think it's been like 6 months since I did my pantry organization, and I have tried different containers and things like that, and nothing has worked quite as well as these clear containers, and everything is staying super organized. Things are getting put back where they go. And so, I did the fridge as well, and it has actually stayed organized as well. The only parts that don't stay organized are the parts that aren't in containers. And so I really do feel like this system works, and having the Lazy Susan on top has been nice too, because it basically kind of forces people to put things back where they found it, and then it's still all contained. So I don't know, so far this system works pretty well. And I've just recently, I'm not sure I actually show it in the video, but I've just recently added another bin right there where that blue container is of leftovers, and it's a clear container just like the ones I have, like the juices and yogurts and stuff in, only it's a little taller. And that is actually where I am now storing our leftovers. So even because most of the time you put leftovers in the fridge and they're in smaller containers, or if it's leftover pizza or something, you might throw it in a Ziploc baggie or something. So now rather than having leftovers just scattered about, especially in the middle drawer, having them all contained and in that little area has been really nice, because you can just go to, and actually you can just kind of even glance and see how many leftovers you have. And if it's starting to get too full, you need to do something about that. Maybe start eating what's in there, or clearing it out, or purging through what's there. But that's actually been kind of nice too. So I don't know. Does anybody else have kiddos who love having Chick-fil-A sauce on hand? I mean, I swear we have the container of Chick-fil-A sauce, but you can just squeeze out of the tube that you buy at like Walmart or Target or whatever. But something about having their own little dipping containers is also really nice. A lot of times, if I put chicken in my son's lunch or something, I'll just throw one of those little sauce packets in there with it. So I usually try to hang on to those when we get them, so that I can constantly keep those and just toss them in and utilize those for his lunches, and then not have to have an additional little sauce container, which is super nice. And then in my drawer here, I actually need one more small container, just like the other ones that are there. But the last couple of times I've gone to the Container Store to get one that's, the identical size, they've been out of that size. So I'm still out, but that's okay. I'll get that soon. And I actually like having the containers in this drawer too, just because, again, it kind of forces people to put things back in the area which they found them, and I really like that. I like to be able to look in the drawer and just look in the spot it's supposed to be and know what I have and what I don't have, and that, I don't know, it works for me. My husband thinks I'm silly, but it works for me. Okay, so I am finally tackling my oven, and I say oven because I only get the top oven done. I never get to the bottom oven, and I still have not done the bottom oven. This took several hours to get done. It wasn't necessarily that it was hard, it was just, kind of time consuming. This Scour Daddy works really well, but I wasn't even thinking, and I shouldn't have used it on my glass because I did scratch it a little bit. So I stopped using it and go get my scraper, because your scraper is safe for your glass. So lesson learned, I guess, but it's okay. You really can't tell, and ultimately it is clean again, and that is to me what is most important at this point. I honestly cannot even believe the stuff that came off of my oven. I mean, I really thought that it was just kind of, some stuff that had spilled in the center of the oven, and I just had a little bit of, build up on the glass and maybe a little bit on the sides, but you really couldn't tell that it was there until I started scrubbing it off. I was in pure amazement at what I was pulling off. It was pretty insane.
We can spend all day in bed. I get the wine and the corkscrew. You don't have to do one single thing. You don't know how much I want you. Just looking at you makes my whole world spin. You don't have to wake up yet. We can spend all day in bed. I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon. Kenny G saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on, all the way baritone. Shut the lights, go infrared. We can spend all day in bed. I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon. Kenny G saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on, all the way baritone. Shut the lights, go infrared. We can spend all day in bed.
I didn't know I was telling a lie. It's been a long day for sure. you're my sweetheart. When you're around, I feel the spark takes me higher, sweetheart.
So the previous ovens I've taken apart the door to clean the glass before, and I have never had one that had a additional insert on the inside, I guess because mine is a convection oven. But I about broke the entire thing because I didn't realize it was there and it just kind of plopped out, and which is why I wasn't recording because I was preoccupied. But I took this apart and then cleaned it down really well, although it was a little challenging trying to get it apart because I don't know if you can tell on the right hand side, but my pantry door sticks out about 4 inches, the wall does right there, and so trying to unscrew that back screw to get the panel off was pretty interesting, but did manage to get it off, and then of course was able to get it screwed back on. However, as I'm screwing this back together, and I'm like, oh yay, I'm done, you know, I can move on to the racks. And I look down and I see these 2 little gray pieces that hold the insert in, the glass insert on the inside. And originally I thought I just had 2, period. And then I saw 2 laying on the floor, and I'm like, oh, so I guess there really were 4 and not 2. And so I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to take it back apart again, and yeah. I was so mad. So here I am taking it apart again so I can add these little pieces back inside to make sure that the glass is for sure stable and not gonna get messed up, maybe slide around or whatever. I don't know, but I didn't want to have to replace my oven because I broke the center glass piece. So I put them back in there, and I wish it had taken the amount of time that it shows here, because it definitely took me a while.
Make you feel like you're safe, 'cause all I need is just someone like you.
And this was challenge number 2. So I used the Scour Daddy to really scrape down these, all the junk and stuff that was on these racks, and it still had a little bit of oven cleaner on there. So I thought, this is probably the best way to do it. You can't tell, but I stood there for probably an hour and a half on that one rack, and it still was not even clean. And I thought, well, I'll go in my bathroom and just rinse it real fast. And then I thought, well, once I got in there, I could try and just wipe these down, at least clean them down with Dawn. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but Dawn, I had literally I'm like barely touching this, and the Dawn is just melting everything off these racks. On one hand, I was extremely happy because they're clean, like very, very clean and shiny again. But on the other hand, I just spent like an hour and a half, going through and working on one, and it wasn't even completely clean. And I literally am just putting a little bit of Dawn on this, and it is just melting it all off. So, lesson learned, I guess. At least it's clean.
Who do you think you are? You say you wanna talk.
Yeah, so remember that snow spray I used on the green garland? While it worked really well, it was definitely all over everything. So my room needed to be wiped down, and all the little nooks and crannies of my woodwork needed to be wiped down to get all of that snow off that I thought that I had gotten off the excess while it was actually hanging up, but obviously I did not. So I am just wiping everything down, and I wasn't even planning on doing my bedroom, and then it just kind of evolved into me doing a full-fledged like spring clean. So I move on over here and get all the snow spray off of this one as well, and then after I get it nice and cleaned, I decide to move down around the rails of the bed and really, spray it down and get any like dust or anything that has settled anywhere on any part of my bed, just to really get into the nooks and crannies and just make sure everything is just really wiped down clean.
Buy this version of you, hell no. You can swim in shallow waters, but it's gonna get you nowhere. And I'm way too good to waste my time.
So I think I've said this before, but the reason I have plastic on my husband's nightstand is because he has a CPAP, and he has to put water in that every night. And even though it doesn't normally leak, it can leak, and obviously I don't want to ruin the wood on my nightstand. So I just keep that covered just to really make sure that we don't end up with any issues. I do this periodically. The last time I did it was when I took the bed apart and I painted the room, and I swear it's as though I have never done it before. It's just amazing how much dust accumulates in just a short amount of time. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. You set my wheels in motion, I'm going crazy for you. Eyes blue like the ocean, I can see you want this too. Cause you've been looking at me all night, trying to figure me out. I just wanna let you know, and I ain't playing no games, baby, you won't change. I only want you, I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. So now I'm just going to put some Murphy's oil in this bucket with some hot water, and I'm going to use my microfiber mop again and do all of the woodwork, frames, doors, baseboards, and just get everything nice and clean and dust free. But also by using the Murphy's oil, it also really helps the wood, and it just gives it a nice shine, and it cleans it all back up, and it just makes everything feel fresh again. Making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing that's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Yeah, I'm falling in love.
dry. Do you know I'm looking, and I can't help but smile? Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on, I put my feet up, and we just sing along. And I can't help but feeling, just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever?
I got a little sidetracked and didn't really finish filming, but I decided to use this new pad. It's a cedar pad. It's kind of got a rough surface on top of it, over the top of microfiber, and I don't use the Scrub Daddy and Scrub Down like the grout itself every single time, so I thought I'd try this with just on, and it worked really good. But again, I didn't really film everything because I got a little caught up in cleaning, but it's all clean now. Hey guys, so I think I've decided that I'm going to start with the playroom, just because even though it's a mess, it's probably going to be pretty easy to purge. We've already purged it once. He has a lot of like really large stuffed animals and things like that, and even though they take up a lot of room, that's what he's currently loving. So that playroom is just going to be kind of crazy, and that's okay because that's a playroom. So, but I think that's where we're going to start, deep clean there, and then we'll go from there.
The time, don't you know that I would, 'cause I'm just loving this moment.
So this clean is really just the starting point for a refresh. We're not doing like an overhaul with new furniture or anything, but I am going to completely repaint the playroom and like a base color, and then behind the Mario side of the wall it's gonna be painted a different color, as well as the wall behind the TV. So we're just kind of getting things ready to go for that refresh and getting kind of excited about it. Actually, each wall will be a different theme.
I'm loving this moment. I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here?
So I bought this giant Snorlax for him, and it's just sort of meant to be like a oversized beanbag, or at least that's what I intended to use it for. And then, you know, you have to buy the stuffing and stuff it yourself and everything. And I have to finish stuffing it actually, because you know it takes a while for it to settle. So, but it is unbelievably comfortable, and it's massive. Like I can lay down on it. Like if it's laying on the floor, like I can literally lay my head on its head and my feet stretch all the way down to its feet. I mean, it's massive and it is so comfy. Scotland truly loves it, and I'm glad I got it for him, because I want his playroom to truly just, you know, be a huge playroom. Everything all fun and festive and, you know, just themed, and let him be little. He doesn't have too many more years left before he's, you know, kind of pulling away from wanting to like all the little characters and stuff like that. I mean, we're already transitioning into primarily like video games and stuff like that. So it's just a matter of time before these race car tracks go. And then these two benches right here are actually also going to go. They actually already have gone. We put a treadmill there. And then anyway, we had just done a massive purge. I think I said that already, and we got rid of like 8 trash bags full of stuff. And that was right before Christmas. So the fact that he did want to part with another train set, an entire bucket of Hot Wheels and things like that, I mean, that in of itself I was happy with, because you know, most of what's in his tubs there's not a whole lot in there, so I'm actually been able to like truly separate each tub as one specific thing, and there's only a couple of them that are really full, and that's like the Pokemon, with the Pokemon cards and the Mario sets and stuff like that. So for the most part, there's not a whole lot left in these bins, and it's just a matter of time before I decide to pull these out, and where we're left with, you know, maybe one set, or you know, one. I think I've got 3 in there right now, so we're probably going to eventually get down to 1. I'm not really sure, but ultimately I'm just happy that he's happy. And it's all clean and refreshed and ready for paint, and I'm excited. I want it to feel a little bit more put together, and I know he's excited, so that is coming. I'm actually going to be starting painting today as I'm doing this voiceover, so I'm getting pretty excited.
Something special about you. They got it down.
I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope that these videos bring you some good cleaning motivation. If nothing else, maybe just to plop it on in the background while you get your cleaning done and just enjoy having someone to clean with. I know I enjoy watching other people's videos and just having somebody to clean with. So anyway, be sure to like and subscribe, and we will see you again in the next one. Bye.
Something bigger did we find about you, about you. And now the only one to see got me down on my knees, taken by your gravity. And I just know you got that something special about